Now let me well, like I said, I got react chat. Right. Yes. I'm going to need you guys to weigh in though. Like you got to rank him to some degree.
Okay, so yeah, let me remind me. Our scale for ranking was 1 to 10, right?
Yeah, 1 to 10, 10 being the best. I was going to go back.
Okay.
I was actually going back and like looking at some of the masters we've done so far to give you guys a reference to see what you've given to which one. But I realized that would make too much sense, and I really just we need to follow we need to follow our hearts, and I feel like that wouldn't be fair.
I think that's the man is Miss Potential, and he's like a strong 2 out of 10.
Without knowing what Skrillex
What's
actually
up,
looks
man?
like.
He was off.
Let's see. Oh, my bitrate's in the red still, though, isn't it? Well, that sucks. We'll see. Okay. If we absolutely have to, I guess I can stop streaming and just start recording, and we can continue this. If that's up to you guys, but we'll see. It's in the red, but it hasn't stopped yet, so it is trying. It's trying really hard to go. I'm not sure if I'm putting extra strain on it by doing like all of these things at the same time. I'm sure I am. Yeah, it's not even connecting to chat anymore. That's disappointing. Alright, that's... I hate that.
I mean, if there's no other choice.
Yeah, like that's too bad. I'll keep recording it, and if it starts acting better, we'll see. But as of right now, it's doing both. But I'm not thinking it's gonna be streaming. So as long as you guys can hear me, I guess. Very bummed out because Pointy stopped by, and I was happy about that. But if it's not gonna go, it's not gonna go. I'll stop streaming for a bit and see if it starts acting right. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, Dubstepman, we're gonna forget that there's technical problems happening, and we're gonna have some fun. Yes, I'm giving him a 1 because it might be funny, but look at him. He's really stupid looking. He's got nipple tassels.
I really hate
Hey,
this.
Zero has those too. Don't make fun of him.
I will.
Okay,
no,
look,
okay, nipples, but
I
not nipple
think
tassels. He's got
was
nipple
Miss
tassels.
Potential, and I think he
Like Robot Masters having nipples, that's a common thing. He actually has dangly things coming off of them.
I'm gonna go for 1.5. I think.
I'm giving him a 1, and may God have mercy on his soul. Jacob, what about you?
Well, I like where he's going. I don't really like his design. I feel like he has potential.
We are literally ranking their designs.
Solid 6.
You just said you don't like his design. We are ranking their designs. That's what we're doing. That's what we're grading.
Did you just say 6?
I will destroy you.
I-
How? No.
Jacob, what's wrong with you?
You need to justify that 6. Explain yourself.
Well, the main part of the 6 comes from the potential he has to be a robot master if he had the chance.
We are looking at how they are designed. You need to.
Did that stop us in the last stream we did of this?
We're being superficial, and we're looking at them. Not
Fishman.
not what he's capable of, but them. I wouldn't stick on this. You literally just said you don't like his design. You cannot give him a 6.
Oh my god! I mean, the lower body below the head is kind of good, but his helmet is making me cringe and want to die. I also don't like the vibes he's giving off. He seems like a very annoying type of robot.
That's
Maybe like probably like a burner man sort of vibe.
yeah, like nerdy burner man, like burner man, but he's got
Yeah,
nipple tassels.
yeah.
I I
So
I'm,
what's the ranking?
I'm gonna need you to give him a number lower than 6. I'm
I'll give him a 4 then.
okay.
Okay, that's better.
Say I will fight you. I would I would have accepted a 6, but when you said I don't like his design, but I had to step in because that's literally all we're doing. Oh God, Jacob, I love you dearly. I'll fight you. All right.
I'm rating them on a system that circles around their potential, their design, and
Yeah,
how they
like that's
would
what you,
do in a battle. Not
that's what you
just
did
their
last time,
design.
and I feel like you're putting too much thought into this because you're talking about like their weapons, their level, and I'm like, no, we're just looking at this like if we're in a robot store and we're picking out a robot based on just what they look like. Ooh, we got Duo from Mega Man 8 and Battle and Chase, I suppose, but Mega Man 8 mostly.
And Rockman power battle and fighter to power
I'm sure he's in those
power
too.
fighters too. Yeah,
God, there were some fighting games that were really weird.
they're amazing. They're amazing though. I love them.
His thing is you can tell like his right shoulder he's got like a spiky thing, and his left
Can
arm
you
is
send the picture?
like
please?
his left arm is really big. I forget that you guys can't see. Ah, that's gonna take some getting used
Yeah.
to. Right. I hopefully that's gonna be me remembering from now on. Well, fingers crossed. My bad. Forgot how we're doing this. All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like his left arm is really big, and he's got that right spiky boy on his shoulder. So,
He's threatening at least.
yeah, I think he's cool looking. His whole shtick is he's like space police officer, kind of. Yeah, they're the star marshals. They just like they're a little uptight, but it's interesting because the way they're framed is like Mega Man 8 introduced like good and evil energy, which seems very weird to me in a world with like robots to have like evil energy. I get it. Seems weird in like a technologically advanced world. So they're like either like really advanced like because they're made from they come from space, but it's like that's a bunch of backstory that we don't care about. I'm sorry. All right. I think
I'll
he's
wait
really
for
cool.
the day that Duo gets the backstory and how he is made and who he's made by.
I've always
Still
wanted more
waiting.
Duo, but yeah, that's just not gonna like. Duo is almost like in between Robot Master and Reploid because he's like a more serious and he's got some story. And original Mega Man that don't deal with that. It's just like, here's Clown Man, let's fight Clown Man.
I think Duo gets like a solid 7.5.
I love Duo. I have a problem with a lot of Robot Masters that aren't stage bosses because they're kind of just bland, like Ballad was. They don't have a theme to go on, so they don't really have much to look like. They just have to look kind of like cool, I guess. But
I mean, Duo doesn't have a film and he still looks
yeah,
really
that's what
cool.
I mean. Like Duo's the exception to that. He breaks that rule to pieces because look at his chest thing. I don't understand why I love him so much, but I do. It's just like there's no. It's hard to put into words. He just looks cool, I guess. I'm giving him a 9.
Duo's. I don't know how I'd feel about Duo. And he's a big beefy boy. I do like him a little bit. Not my favorite. I give him a 7.
You know what it is for me? I think it might just be the really big arm thing because, like, I don't know. I think I'm a sucker for that. If you give me any robot with like a really big arm, I'd probably just give them a high score. So, yeah, you guys are probably being more reasonable because, like, you look at him and it's not like shock and awe, but he looks cool though at the same time, right?
I don't think like I give a higher score if a Rollmaster can have a theme and stick it.
I say, if anything, like, because he is working with a handicap there, because it's like, without a theme, it's hard to look interesting, right? And he pulls it off.
I guess, but even then, it's hard for me to give a really high score to something that, like, I don't feel it's special. It just looks like
I
a
gotcha.
cool robot design.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's hard to look special without like a specific theme. But like, all right. I mean, I respect you guys' opinions. I'm glad you gave him a lower score because I was probably being very unfair. All right. It is time for Dustman. He is a vacuum cleaner. I'll wait for it to.
It
There
has
we
a
go.
+3, even though he doesn't use it.
He,
I swear we've already seen this one.
nope, not yet.
Huh. He looks like a toaster.
He is a vacuum cleaner. See that duct on his head? He sucks up debris,
Oh.
spits it back out. He's got a tube
Oh.
scarf, which I'm just now realizing. The cards on the table. I love Dustman. He's one of my favorites. I need to sift through why I like him and see which reasons are visual and which reasons are stuff we're not ranking, because his level theme is one of my favorites in the entire series. And I can't have that influence me.
Definitely feel like he doesn't have much going on. It's just like the head thing and the scarf.
Yeah. His arm kind of looks like one of those portable dust sucky things, but like Jacob said, he doesn't actually use it for anything.
guess.
He never uses it.
I mean, it just looks like a gun, like a gun hand.
Yeah, I mean I mean every master has at least a gun hand, like they should, like by default. So like, hear me out. I'm giving him an 8.
That's
Because I think
very high score.
because I think he looks amazing. I need to hold on. You guys gave a 10 to the fish man. Okay, don't
Okay.
don't come at me about it's a high score.
I gave him a 10 for uniqueness.
For uniqueness. Oh God.
It's like calling a kid special. Really.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh, I love you. Hold on, I need to. Oh, Can I refund Pointy's stuff, because I feel bad that Pointy spent some points on it, and then my stream crashed. Hold on. Let me go back and do that. But you guys.
I can take care of it. Just
Thank
keep on.
you. You're sweet. I'm gonna give okay. So it's simple. I'm willing to admit that it's simple, but he does what he sets out to do. I like the fact that the dust thing is on top of his head. I think that adds some flair. I'm a big fan of scarves. Jacob is also a fan of scarves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely do agree there. I think it's like a 6.5.
And like,
Just because it's hard to give him a high score because he doesn't have really anything going on.
theme wise, Dust Man. I think that's interesting. He's a vacuum cleaner man.
Oh, it's a cool film. No, I agree there.
So like,
For Dustman, I'm gonna have to give him a 5 for the same reason as Cloudman. He's blue. But I'm also
God.
gonna give him 2 bonus points because of the scarf. Love me some scarves. That's 7 in total.
oh, Jacob, you're fantastic. I at any given time, one of us is being more ridiculous than the others, and I've got no idea. It just alternates. I don't understand. One of us is always like just being very unreasonable about one aspect, and it alternates between us. And I love that so much.
I can't open the mod menu in Twitch, so I don't know why.
Let me do it. I was gonna say with the stream stopped like it is, that might be an issue.
Oh wait, no, I got it.
Oh, alright. Twitch is still saying it's streaming. How is that happening? Oh my God. Never live out in the middle of nowhere, because you'll get killed by hillbillies, but also the internet sucks. Right.
Out here, you'll most likely die to either a crackhead or a tree.
At least you got
I have
internet.
a lot of those.
Like, you have internet though.
No, we
Right.
don't.
Okay. I'm willing to bet your internet's better than mine. I would wager.
Alright, there we go. I find it pointy.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, that sucks. We had 8 people already at that point. That is unfortunate.
Okay, no. Not your fault.
Yeah, feel bad about it though. Okay, we've all agreed that Dustman gets an 8, so let's continue to
7 here.
whatever
Sorry.
whatever the next thing is after Dustman that's not going to be as good. Oh, I was right.
What?
That's Dynaman from Mega Man DOS.
Lies! You forgot it, Dustman. The Ruby Spears Dustman.
Did he look different at all? I thought he was the exact same.
Yes, he had regular hands.
Jesus Christ, Jacob.
I was waiting.
Okay, but canonically, the masters can turn their Buster into a hand back and forth. So we're just gonna say that that's the same gentleman.
But he doesn't have a scar.
Doesn't he? Really?
He doesn't.
He looks close enough. This list
He's
already.
taller, he has a head.
This
and a
list
neck.
already has like nearly 300 robots. I'm not adding him just because of the thing.
Hey, Bees, is this real?
Is this what?
Is this
Yes.
picture real? Oh
Yes,
god.
that's Dynaman from
Oh.
Mega Man 1 DOS.
Yeah, that's from the game. When you stage select, that's his picture from stage select.
I am scared of him.
You should be. They're terrifying looking. I've got a
Gonna be
clip
in
on my
something
YouTube
soon.
you can check out. It's called Robot Night Terrors, and I comment on the stage select in that game. So yeah, like that. It's funny that you pointed out because I made a comment on that on stream. It's just the kind of thing that haunts you for the rest of your life. His official artwork of this looks so much better because in the screen select, his eyes are just bugging out at you, and it's terrifying. But like, this is the artwork from the officials, so this is the one we're going on, and that helps him a little bit. But he looks just mostly boring. Like,
I would have given her a score to the in-game art.
he looks very, very nothing. He's got a welding mask with 2 eyes, and honestly, I kind of like the 2 lines for eyes, which is funny because that's like not how he looks in the game at all. But that's the only part of him I like. I like having.
In game he's a 4. Outside of game he's a 2.
You monster. Explain yourself.
He creeps me out and I'm afraid to give him a lower score.
That's actually very fair. Okay, fine. Alright. I like, I'm a sucker for any robot master who has like a screen for a face. And I recognize this is probably more of like a mask, but God. So, with that in mind, he gets a 2. I'm bumping his score up from a 1 to a 2. A very low 2.
Yeah,
Dynaman.
2 for me.
I don't know if I did decimals last time, but I'm not doing decimals this time. You guys can if you want. I'm not.
I'm giving him a 4 in game. And I'm giving him a 5 out of game.
5?
Explain yourself, Jacob.
Well, you have the beautiful
Jacob?
red eyes.
Jacob, we're doing
He gives
some
a-
serious science here. If you're not gonna take this numbering system seriously, we're
I am. He gives a very Quintesque vibe.
you are laughing, sir.
Yes, I am. Because I have plans for him. very
Jacob, Jacob, fight me.
soon. Where you want me to?
Sir. I feel like it's not unreasonable for me to demand that you give it a better score, lower score, like a better score in that you grade him properly because he doesn't. No, if you give him a 6, I will mail you a glitter bomb. Don't tempt me. We're gonna try the stream again. I just started it back up.
So how I'm looking at it, the actual picture, it's like, oh god, it's an abomination. Like,
Yes.
how I'm seeing it right now is that his head is not there, so I only see his torso and down. It gives me like Metal Man, Quint, Ring Man vibe all combined into one and changed
Quint?
green. Then when you get to the head, it's just two lines on a black
You
dot.
say Quint.
Honestly, without the head, it looks better. I agree. Yeah.
Without the head, he's just, I have arms and legs. That's his personality is I have arms and legs.
Yes, and that was
One
his
is
whole thing.
Tank
I would have
Tread on
loved
an
it.
arm.
Is the criteria for a 6 having arms and legs? Did I hear that right? If you have arms and legs, you get a 6.
It's a 5, not a 6.
I
Five, not a
I will
6.
actually throw an elbow at somebody. Oh my god.
Okay, is look at this picture. Imagine
I mean-
the rest is just a hole where his head was.
Let me
Okay.
hold on. I
Tell
need
me
to,
that doesn't look cool.
I need to. No, I know what his body looks like. You guys aren't telling me anything I don't already know. like
No, but I mean, like,
like
imagine instead of his head, it was just a hole. That's what I mean.
I mean, I can imagine a lot of things on top of his shoulders that would make him look better. It doesn't make him look better. My imagination doesn't factor into his design, right?
Oh no, I think he's a 2, but still.
Like, no, yeah, like, I agree. Without his head, he would look a lot better, but, I mean, same. So that's not fair. Ugh. Okay, so, like,
Stick by my 5 gracefully.
I need to... Hold on. We were talking about his DOS screen select picture, and I got to be mindful to, post these things. So let me just post that screen select for everyone in the vicinity to... Ugh, right. Because we can see it. They wouldn't be able to. So let me just post that real quick. So here's what he looks like on the screen select screen. Oh my god, it's terrifying. That is bad. Oh. Whoever redrew him for that artwork really tried. They were like, okay, we need to redraw this guy and make him look as not like that as possible. And still get away with calling him the same person. Like, so... Like, it's fair to say that his body looks better than his head, but his body still doesn't look good. We're grading him on a curve because his face is so stupid. That's not fair.
Jacob, I don't think you're being reasonable with that score. Sorry, I can't see him being that high.
What do we do, Amber? Me, 2 points, right, Jacob? What are you doing? What are you
Sticking
doing?
with the 5, I swear to God, dude.
I will fight you. I will actually. I will claw your eyes out. Fine.
God.
Fine.
Yeah.
I reserve the right. So when I go back and I average our scores, if I need to adjust something because one of you is being unreasonable, I will. We're putting adjust in quotes because if I feel like one of you is just being funny, I will riot. Okay. All right. Dynaman gets a 5. If going forward, if you give anything less than a 5 from now on, no. You're not allowed to. You lose the right. 5 is your new 0. That's where we landed on. Oh, take a breath. We're going to continue.
Oh god.
I deserve any robot masters that are worse than Dynaman. I will respectfully give a 4, and then that will become the new 0 until we eventually get down to the negative numbers. Ooh, Dynaman, the good one.
Dynaman. He's electric.
Okay,
He's
that
electric
is a cool
themed.
design.
I mean, yeah, going off of the last one, anything would be a good design, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I
I'm just getting whiplash.
He's got good points. He's got bad points. His whole thing is like dynamo, so electricity themed. His hand bugs me, but like honestly, the globe head, like the shoulder things are obnoxious, but like in a fun way, I guess.
What's going on with his mouth? The mouth is weird.
Yeah, I mean he's like smirking a bit.
Yeah, but it's like a extremely cartoony mouth, and it's
Well,
weird
yeah,
mouth.
like Mega Man, they're meant to be like silly. Like that's just
No, but This style of mouth I've not seen on any other Roadmaster yet.
Really?
Well, that's probably because Rockman Forte, they used the game creator design of the usual artists.
We've
That's
bumped
why you
into
see
some
some
from
different
that.
artwork.
We've bumped into some.
I
from
don't
that,
recall
think.
any.
But it is just
Anyway.
artistic design. This is from the different artist rather, yeah. So like that's
Anyways,
not part of his.
Scarf, Jacob, you're forced to give a higher score
That's
than
not
Diamond.
like
He's already getting points for looking like Buzz Lightyear.
that's. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
Scarf.
Oh Jesus! You can't subtract points for his mount. That's not his design. That's just the artist's style. That's not fair.
Also, what year is this from? Is this before or after Buzz Lightyear?
This is after. This is well after.
Before.
This was after.
Okay.
Well, was it?
Yeah, this is way after.
I feel like Rockman Forte was 97, but
I'm old enough to know when Toy Story came out.
Yeah, Toy Story came out in 99. I believe.
This was Game Boy Advance. This was well after that.
Well, I'm talking about the good Rockman Forte, the Super Nintendo version.
Why is Google saying Toy Story is from 2009? That's not right.
Maybe
That's
one of
not
the
right
sequels, like the sequel.
Oh
ones,
god,
maybe.
they say 2009 in Israel.
Anywho,
It was delayed until 2009. Jesus.
we are talking about. Oh my god, guys. We have so many robots to get through. We need to stop talking about Toy Story.
I
Ugh.
just want you to take into account that Toy Story 2 came before Toy Story 1 in Israel.
Well, that's not right either.
Yeah, Toy Story 2 is 2000, Toy Story 1 is 2009.
That is inaccurate. You're not looking at the right Toy Story 1. I promise you, Toy Story 1 didn't come out when I was 18 years old. That's not true. That is.
No, I'm talking specifically about the Israeli state.
Oh. Okay. Right. Gotcha.
Okay, either way, this Dynaman gets like a 6.5.
I gave him a 7.
You know what, yeah, I'll start using less decimals. It's a 7.
No, you're fine. Decimals make it easy because if we have a tie, decimals are actually going to help us break ties.
Still, I think he deserves a 7.
For me, decimals require me to remember too much because I would be like, well, who did I give a 4.6 to? And then I just don't want to do that. I would give him a much higher
Fine,
score.
7.1.
For me, the only thing I really don't like is his hand.
I'll give him a 6.9.
Nice.
God,
I don't like how his hand looks, but besides that, it's really nice. So I'm going to give him a.
Which one?
The goofy looking hand. I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give him a 6. Yeah, it would have probably been like a little higher, like probably a 7. That hand is really spoiling it for me. Can you guys? Hold on. All right, we're gonna get there. How many pictures do I have in this folder? By the way, let me just check real quick because that's bugging me. I keep throwing around like 200, but 257 Robot Masters in this folder. Right. Okay. Yes. That's fair. That's not an unreasonable amount at all. All right. We got another classic. As far as I know, you guys are still looking in the Discord, so I'm going to keep posting them in the Discord.
Ruby Spears Dust, man.
Really?
Is that Dustman?
That's not
Yes,
Ruby
that's
Spears.
Ruby Spears Dustman.
Okay.
That is not Ruby Spears.
Yes, it is. That is Ruby Spears.
That is like the Rockman cartoon.
Ruby Spears, I can confirm. I know. I didn't believe it when I first saw it either, but it is.
I'm arguing that. Wow. I mean, there he is. Why did I not? I'm mad. I've got 257 robots in this list. How did I miss one? How am I still missing one? Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, fine. We're fine. We're gonna do this guy just because he's already up on screen, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna rank that gentleman, I suppose. Right. All right, just fine. We're up to Elec Man because I already had him on my screen, and then we'll go back. We'll do Dust Man because we need to address that. The Dust Man in the room.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Blackman's getting lower points because of grudge points because he kind of kills a lot of my runs, so I'm taking up -2 from whatever I give him.
Sir,
so.
I need you to refrain from your personal biases.
I do not care the amount of runs this guy has killed. I can't let him get away with it.
I will just add points to your score. Don't tempt me. I will fight you, Jacob. Oh, God.
Jacob, what score do you give?
He'll give him a 10. -7 for grudge points.
Okay, I was going to give him a 3, so I'm giving him a 10.
I'm mad at both
I
those
just said
answers.
7.
If you would have gave him a 10 or a 3, I would have been mad at either.
No, I wanna even out the scores. I wanna fix the scores.
I'll add points to.
So much.
If I feel like Jacob's being unreasonable when I go back and average these, I'm just probably gonna just veto some scores for both of you. Fishmen, gotcha, right?
Fine. No, Fishman deserves a 10.
Fishman's getting a 0.
deserves a 10. Solid.
Fishman is gonna be at the very bottom list no matter who we go
I
across.
even think he deserves an 11.
I will fight
Honestly, yes.
you. Elec Man. Okay, Elec Man. Right. I like his chest thing.
Fishman gets a 3.
I love the
Fishman
chest.
gets an
I
11.
love the chest plate thing he has. He's one of the original masters, so he's really boring. Like that's an issue with the original masters because they don't have a lot going on. But the chest thing is cool. The lightning bolt thing coming out of his glasses, really goofy. Can we agree on the goofy glasses?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture on like a higher. I'm looking at the higher resolution version of the picture, and it's not bad. It's a 6.
Grudge points aside, I do like his design. I like him as a character. Gets 6.
I think he suffers from the blandness that early Robot Masters had because, like, in the first game, they didn't have to make them look unique. They were just like, there's nothing to compare it to. They were just like, here's a guy in red and yellow, and he's got a lightning bolt on his chest. So
I mean, sure, but even for those, he's quite unique. If you take into account the other ones.
Luckman is definitely the most unique out of the original 6.
well, I gave Airman
Not counting
from
time
2.
or
Airman
oil.
from 2 isn't like from 1, but he's still kind of boring. I gave him a 4, and that mask is really kind of ruining it for me. So I'm giving him a 2. Giving Elec Man a 2 because he's yellow and red and black, and he's got a goofy mask. Okay, so we're gonna disagree on that. That's fine. Oh, what's happening here?
I had that one saved.
Why is it's still loading for me?
Oh,
I'm
God.
worried. I'm concerned. Why? What is happening? It's still loading, and I'm scared. What are you doing? Oh God!
God.
Oh God! Where did you find that?
That's apparently
Captain
Ruby
N.
Spears.
Did I just
That's
miss
a
all of the
Captain N.
Ruby Spears ones? Okay.
That is not. That is a Captain N for Ruby Spears,
no.
I swear to God.
The wiki says it's Ruby Spears.
Hold on. I got Captain N. I've got Captain One and ones in here. Hold on. So hold up. I know that's not Captain N because I'm looking at the Captain N one right now. And that's not him.
Oh wait, no, it's not. I think it's just misplaced. It says in the Mega Man cartoon show. It doesn't say which one it is.
I'm not familiar with that one either, but I'm kind of mad because that's honestly one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. That is very nearly as bad as Fishman, and I'm kind of
No, it is
kind of
Ruby
upset about
Spears.
That is
It is
almost as bad
Ruby
as
Spears.
Fishman, and that is horrible. Oh,
That's worse than Fishman. Sorry,
guys, we're just
Fishman's 10 to 10. That's not a 10 to 10.
It's not up on my screen. So I said we would do Dustman. If there's like a whole sub-series of Robot Masters I'm not familiar with, I'm getting those after stream, and we're gonna go over those next time because that's hilarious, and I don't want to give that away without I want to make sure we get all of those. I don't know how I missed all of them, but there's
Right,
there's some TV cartoon that I wasn't familiar with. I didn't think to grab from. So we'll do those for next time. So Hold on. We actually have another version of Electman, though. From Fully Charged. And Fully Charged is interesting because some of the designs are
Nice.
actually pretty decent. Some of them. So it's blurry because there's just no good picture of him, but this is Electman from Fully Charged. God, this list is just this was a terrible idea. There. Electman from Fully Charged. Let's see, I'll wait for it to load up. Maybe. There we go. Alright.
Oh god, it's Green Goblin.
So it's blurry, but like how he has those like transformer things on his back, I think that's really cool. Honestly, like that's a cool idea.
What happened to his face?
It's the same mask. But
Why is it Green Goblin?
It's the same mask, but it's curved
No,
around.
not
his
the
face.
mask, the face shape.
What about it?
He looked Green Goblin.
In that they both have a face? I agree, they do both have a face. What? What's wrong with Green Goblin's face? He's wrinkly and weird, but
Look at the shape of his face.
I am looking at his face
No, I'm
right
talking
now.
about the shape.
Yeah. He has a mask that curves around his head. What do you mean? Oh, I mean, he has a pronounced chin, I guess. Yeah, like
He has a completely square chin.
he's
and his face is like
he's
a
a
V shape.
robot. Like, yeah.
In the image that B sent, I can underneath his mask, the only thing that makes sense in my brain is that it's just the wicked smile for that white part of skin underneath the mask that's showing.
Like,
I just see that as a row of teeth.
like he has a really
scares me.
he has a square jaw. That's fine. Like, you know, he's a robot. You're allowed to have your robot have a square jaw. Like, okay, like let him feel himself a little bit. All right. Right.
Sure, but it's like
I bring it up, and the first thing you
Wolverine.
focus on, I bring up Electman 2, and Amber's just like, the chin. Oh.
I hate that chin. I'm sorry.
Chin aside, okay, let's not dwell on his chin. I know it's the most glaring part of his
Chin
design.
aside, I think he's a 2.
A 2? Really?
He's a 3 because he plagiarized Plugman.
Okay, hold on.
I think he just looks like a generic cartoon villain.
Electman original had nothing on him besides a lightning bolt on his chest. This guy's got a transformer on his
Yes, but
back. He's got a plug
if we
for a
take
hand.
into account,
He's got glowing detailing. He looks so cool.
okay, the glowing detailing is cool. I didn't see it before. You're right. That's definitely more than 2. That's like a 4.
I'm a big fan of that transformer on his back because we're talking about like Electman. He should generate electricity. This gentleman looks like he could actually just explode you with electricity.
Why does he have pointy shoes?
My God, I'm losing my mind.
I'm sorry.
I'm going crazy in real time. We have a recording of me going crazy. Okay. So Jacob's like, I don't like this guy's voice, and you're like, I don't like this guy's shoes, and both of you love Fishman, and my mind is just buckling under the weight of all of this. I'm dying.
I like his I like the glowing accents. That's what I like. But everything else is kind of stupid and overdone. And still, he loses points for plagiarizing Plugman.
Both of you give him a number. I'm about
not
to
a
start
fan.
crying. Give him a number, please.
4.
4.
3.
3. Okay. Well,
Four.
I'm giving him a 8 because I really enjoyed this man. Oh, hold on.
Hey Jacob, did you just say 3? Mega Man,
Yeah, 3.
Dino Man is a 5.
That is
How?
Bubble Man. Hold on.
No, I don't like.
That's
I don't
Bubble
like
Man from
this
Captain
Electman.
Man. Have we seen that yet?
Is this lower?
That's
Come
all I
on,
was gonna
is
ask.
this lower than Dino Man?
That's
It's
all I was gonna
lower
ask.
than Dynamite.
How?
That's one of the masters from Captain N, and I think I added those.
Yes, it's
since,
Bubble Man.
Yeah, I think I added those since the last time, and I wasn't sure. I was gonna ask. I don't think we did the Captain N ones last time.
I do remember we've seen Bubble Man, but not that. version.
Yeah, that's a different.
Literally,
Okay.
when I searched this up, I literally searched up Captain and Aquaman because this looks like Aquaman, not Bubble Man.
That does look like Aquaman. It really does. The only reason I know is because that's from Captain N, and that was very long time ago. Okay.
This is one
good
we've done,
Bubble Man.
right? This one we've done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's regular Bubble Man. Okay, in that case, what we're gonna do then is I wasn't sure, so we're gonna go back. I'm gonna go through the Captain N ones real quick, and they have to be alphabetical. So I'll throw those up on screen. Those ones I know I do have.
Cutting's my game,
Like
and I don't mean hair.
I do know the Captain N ones, so those ones I have. The ones that you guys were displaying, I'm not familiar. This is Captain N's Airman.
What is that?
And his arms, I don't want to ridicule a gentleman who's clearly an amputee, but he has little nubs for arms, and I feel bad about it.
I feel bad for him.
He reminds me of an airplane and jet stingray combined in one.
He's meant to be like an
He looks like a
airplane,
blimp.
because you see the fins on his
Yeah,
shoulders.
Yeah.
I get it, but he looks like a blimp.
He do be
Living
bulky,
blimp-
like he's
blimp.
kind of round, I guess. But like I get what they wanted to do, but in practice he has little nubs for arms. Like we make fun of Crash Man for not having hands and how difficult his life must be. This gentleman has it worse somehow. I don't want to give him a 1 because Fishman, he's still not as bad as Fishman. But
You got to
I'm giving him a 2.
He gets a pity free. It would have been a 2, but I feel bad enough.
I'm
so
giving
it's
him a 2 just because, like, while the arms look ridiculous, it's a cute idea. And the color scheme, he kind of does look like an airplane a little bit.
I like the head antenna thing.
And like,
You
I
like
don't
that.
know. They tried, it didn't work. But believe me when I say there's gonna be a
It,
lot.
oh my god.
Like of all of these
The
dudes,
bottom part of him looks like it's a pajama.
the bottom, no, the rest of these guys are gonna look so much worse. I promise you. These Captain Edwards, if you're not familiar, oh man. So let me just, who's next? We're going alphabetically, so like, God, I just scrolled past beating Katsu Bonito again, and I'm mad about it. All right. So here is Bomb.
I swear
Man.
we've done this one. I swear we've done this
I'm
one.
not sure if we had these guys
Yeah,
last
I
time.
feel like we did a couple of Captain N ones.
we
but I'm not
would have had to
sure
have done
what
all of
one.
them because like up till
No,
D,
we haven't done all of them because we haven't done them one.
like up
that
until
you showed
D,
us just now.
like because if I did them alphabetically, I did them alphabetically. If we've seen him, we've seen Airman.
I don't think we've done Fireman yet.
Well, that because we stopped at Drill Man is why. I'm going back to Drill Man. We're just gonna assume that we did in fact go through them because yeah. Oh God damn, yeah, Jesus Christ. Not clicking on that. We all know what Cutman looks like. Okay, so yeah, we've seen.
Cutman's
I
the
did
name,
not
and
miss
Cutting's
seeing him.
my game,
So-
and I don't mean
So
hair.
Bubble Man, I'm just continuing. We saw Crash Man. He's an abomination. The problem is this was so long ago. Okay, hold up. So, oh guys, good news. That puts us at actually, if we go back to where we were, Alekman. We're on the Alekman of Captain Ed. I'm so happy. This is my favorite.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on. Let me throw that on screen for everyone else to see because I'm streaming again. By the way, it seems to have worked out. But okay.
Wait, it's Shade for Borderlands.
It is hard to get a good picture of him. It really is.
It's this guy.
You give Alekman way too much credit. That looks so much better. Oh man.
Captain and Elecman gets a
Elecman,
4 because he looks
he's
like a
wearing-
kid trying to be a superhero.
He's just a child
He's
who's wearing
trying.
like dish gloves and oversized glasses. Just a kid at Chuck E. Cheese with two who just finished his third Mellow Yellow and he's just running around.
I am so torn between giving it an 8 and a 5.
I'm giving him a 1, and I at this point I don't care what
I
you guys
can't
think.
give it a 1.
I feel dead inside, so whatever you guys want to give him, I'm just going to accept that. We're going to move on to the next one.
Because at this point, if I give him a 1, I'm a hypocrite. Because of Fishman.
Wait, what number are you giving him?
5.
I'm
Okay.
giving him a 4.
Okay, a 5, a 4, and a 1. I do not have it in me to argue right now. We're going to continue. Okay.
I don't think there's a really an argument. He's trying, he's a kid.
I looked at Elecman for too long, and now I feel a little deader inside, so we're just going to continue. The resolution of these makes me have to keep readjusting the picture, and I feel bad about that. But my god, is this a big picture. Whoa! Okay. The resolution on Enker is just unreasonable. Wow. Okay, there's Enker for chat, and let me post a picture to you guys. Enker is one of the Mega Man killers. Actually, I think he is the first one you fight in the series, I do believe.
Yeah, he is the first one.
Yeah. I was going to say Enker, Punk, and then Ballad, if I'm not mistaken. But, yes,
Yeah, that's how they go.
I dropped this fun fact during the stream when I played that game, and it doesn't
There you
really
go.
have anything
Nice.
to do with his design, but it's
Mega 10 artwork, poggers.
it's intended to be Encore, but, translations are weird. So, there's Enker. And he's not really
Do you
electricity
even have
themed.
any...
He's one of the main character robots, so like I said, he doesn't have a specific element tied to him, really.
I can't tell if he's supposed to be like a fish or a electric guy.
And he looks more electric, but really...
He looks like Aquaman.
I guess
I have a question.
his shtick
Do we
is...
have any original...
What?
Do we have any original artwork from the Game Boy games? Since this is the artwork for Mega Man 10.
I went with 10 because
Was there
it
even
looks
any
nicer.
artwork for...
I don't know. I
in
went
Game Boy
with
games?
whatever looked best. Because I wanted to give these guys the best chance they had. Like, maybe.
Basic rundown of Anchor staff absorb shots which he can use to
I
shoot
wouldn't-
out other things.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did have some artwork just because he was Mega Man Soccer, which is weird. But yeah, his whole shtick is like he looks like he'd be electricity themed, but really he absorbs attacks and shoots them back, which is the name Encore. That's why. Which is a really cool ability, I think, but
Yeah.
that's not much to his design. He almost looks like like an electric knight, like a combination between like a knight and an electric boss, and I think that's really cool. But the stick is goofy, and I don't like the stick. He looks a little boring. Like, why is there just a red ball on his chest? Like, I get that's what Robot Masters like. Some Robot Masters just have nipples, but that's just still goofy looking.
Jacob, is this what you wanted?
No, it's not Game Boy. It looks like a Genesis remake of it.
Oh, that looks so.
I mean, like,
oh my god.
Alright, let me see if I can find it.
there's like actual Game
Hold
Boy
on.
artworks for like maybe
I
in
love
the
that
manual,
sprite,
not
though.
like a game sprite or anything. Because
Okay, but
But
real talk.
I want to point out something.
That sprite looks
Um,
really cool though.
It did. But,
Oh, it was really cool. I just
so,
want to look at the official ones.
have we done Buster G yet?
Yeah.
Let's
so-
finish with Anchor first.
In Buster G's description in the official Mega Man,
Sir,
Robot
you are
Master
getting
Field Guide, it says,
distracted. Oh my.
Hey, let me finish. It says his staff is so sharp it could cut air, yet it's a blunt tip.
It's
While we go over to Anchor's staff, more sharp than Buster G's staff. So
that's true. I mean, technically, if you think about
Here,
cutting,
is this what you want?
if you think about cutting air, that just means like
why is he
separating,
bullying B?
like cutting stuff. You would separate it from other parts of it. So yeah, you could cut air with a stick. Yeah, just swing it through the air. You are cutting through the air. So yeah, that's accurate. Just a little a little misleading, but Buster G was really trying to make his resume look better. So he's like, hey, it cuts through the air. Hoping nobody realized what he was talking about. Anywho,
Where's Anchor being beat?
oh god. I mean, yeah, that's him.
Also, I actually found the game's point of
I'm gonna refrain from posting things in the Discord as much as
Anchor,
possible.
I love
Very
his
small
design.
Guy, people, friends. I'm refraining from posting in the Discord as much as possible. Like if we do post something, rarely, and I want to be able to throw it up on screen, because otherwise people who watch the VOD or hanging out will have no idea what we're talking about. So if you want me to put something on screen, we can talk about. But like, I'd really like to just not like share a bunch of pictures in the Discord. Right.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Just
Anchor,
for the.
I love his design. It's amazing. He gives off a very powerful vibe. I like the gold, gray, and blue accents.
I
give him
feel
a
ya.
7.
Yeah. The same as who else had really cool like someone else was like goldeny and really cool. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, like Apollo had
Venus.
some gold going on. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who it was. But like yeah, he's one of those ones that's like he doesn't have a theme, an element, so it's hard to do. But like I said, he looks kind of like a knight. The pointy helmet might be silly, but like he really does that. That really adds to like he's almost electric, right? I think it's the chest maybe is kind of dumb looking, and the stick weapon really could have stood to not look that dumb, but yeah.
I think just for the stick, I can't give him too high of a score. So that's like a 3 for me. 3.5.
I still think it's a little interesting. Like, you don't see too many masters that carry a weapon versus have one built into themselves. So as goofy as it is, like, yeah, I think he looks interesting enough. Like, someone had to go out of their way to make this gentleman. So I'm gonna say 4.
Also, he doesn't look like a robot at all. He just looks like a human in armor.
A lot of them do. Like that's the intent. I'm gonna say 4. And I wish I could give him a little bit higher, but there's some of the detailing there is really just kind of dumb, right? Jacob, what about you? What did you say?
7.
Wow, you're
7.
big fan of Enker. Oh, all right.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Big Enker fan. Gotcha. That's all right. You know, you're allowed to enjoy Enker. All right. Hi, Ellie. She's rubbing.
Yeah,
on
I don't have any problems with that.
Just good friends with Enker. I can, that's fine. We're allowed to have different opinions. Like if you were to give Dynaman a 10, then we would have an issue. But it's fine. If it just seems to me like the ones that you give a really high score to are just the ones that are the worst looking, and I feel like you do it on purpose because you're trying to kill me. All right. In the Archie comic crossover between Mega Man and Sonic, they roboticized a lot of the Sonic characters. So this is another one of those. Just one of the Sonic characters turned into a robot. So like you need to keep in mind that they don't get credit for like these are pre-existing characters, but they did turn them into a robot. So like the template was already there. So like it's really hard. They had to work some magic to make it look creative, right? So like this one in particular, it is still loading. My bad. This one in particular I like just because of the simplicity of it. There's a lot of like little details that I enjoy, but it's still like simple.
Ooh,
And I kind of
I
like.
like we've already done this one.
that's a good color.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done this one.
That's what I mean. Like he was already that color though. That's like I don't know if we're like the fact that this thing was already a thing should influence it, because like that doesn't make the design any better or worse. The fact that it already existed, right? I don't know. I like how simple the face
yes,
is.
he wants that color, but this is like a metallic shade on the color, which I really like.
I like how simple the face is. I like I said, the simplicity. It's smooth, but the head is pointed back, like very ninja looking. I like the segmented tail because like tails on Robot Masters you don't see very often. The arm guards could actually serve a purpose and that's really cool too. But besides that, you get very little, and I like that.
Look, I hate the normal SPO design. I think normal SPO is one of the ugliest Sonic characters.
I've never
I
seen
really
him.
like this one.
I've never seen him. I'm aware it's a Sonic character. That's all I know.
Alright, is this a good excuse to send something on
Oh,
Discord?
it was yeah. I'll throw that up if you
Just
want.
for reference.
Yeah, I can do that. But
Right. This is the original design.
it was from that Sega CD game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
originally?
it's so ugly.
Like, wasn't it? Maybe.
Feels like it'd be from Knuckles Chaotix.
That's the one I was trying. Yeah, I was trying to.
I
think of,
believe
like,
he is from Chaotix, yes.
I was trying to remember which one that was. Okay, yeah, he's a. Ooh, I don't like that. Hold on, let me. Yeah, I'll put that on the
Actually, that's the redesign. Wait, let me. This is the original design.
Nope, too
no.
late. I'm already saving it.
But this
Ew.
one is from that era.
Ah,
More close to that era.
friend. Okay, you guys. Oh, Jesus Christ! Nope, not doing that. That yeah.
Robot design gets a 7. the
I'm
other
at
ones
least
get a
posting
negative
his. I'm
4.
at least
So
posting
yeah,
his redesign.
I think the robot design is a 7.
I'm posting his redesign. Just give him a, like be a little nice to the gentleman. He's trying hard. All right. It's still worse.
I like the heart on the belly.
You both did you both say 7?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you did. I'm trying to do that while I'm posting a picture of him also, like the original design. So I'm paying attention to both. I'm trying to. Apparently not. All right. Okay. Wow, that is a very high resolution. Okay. I was gonna say as simple as he is, I like simple, and I want to give him a lower grade because it was already a thing. There's the original, I guess, the redesign. Like they made him look nicer, but that's how he looks when he's not a robot. And actually, now that I'm looking at him, I kind of like the heart on his chest. Like that's kind of interesting. But
I just think he looks really cool as a robot compared to normal.
I gave the roboticized Blaze a 10, and I'm gonna give this gentleman a 9. Like I realize that a lot of it is just borrowed from the original character, but that doesn't make him look any less cool.
But they improved significantly on the original character.
Well, okay, I'll say 8, just because like there isn't very much detail. It's simple and maybe a little too simple. Blaze was simple, but like had a lot of really cool detail also. So I'll say 8. And that one we actually ended up kind of close to each other, right? 7, 8, 8 or 7, 7, 8.
Yes.
Hey, we finally found one that we mostly agree on. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
I hate that we keep arguing. It's breaking
We'll
my
see
heart.
that again after another 100 Robot Masters.
We argue a lot. It's making me sad inside. It's tearing our family apart. Here's the second one we've had so far, I believe, from. Hold on, let me put it on the stream first, and then I'll throw it in the Discord. And his name's actually on the picture, so there you go. That you could have that, I guess. And that means we're actually very nearly done with the letter E, so we're getting there. This is Express Man from the Dreamwave comic. His shtick is going fast. He's Express Man. That's a picture of him robbing a bank. There's very little of him.
So we went from a Sonic character to Sonic.
Oh God. Kind of, yeah. I'm mad because they shoved a fin on every part of his body that they could without realizing that that's not how fins work. You can't just attach more fins to make you faster. Like that. Like look at that. He very nearly is a hedgehog. He looks pokey. Like
I would if I could.
I would if I could. It's not on Discord yet.
It's processing. Give it a second. The resolution on some of these dudes, or my internet's just being bad. There we go.
Oh,
It's taking a bit. So like,
Ooh, I like the eyes.
yeah, like he's got the ninja vibe. He's like narrow, and he's got like the cowl, like the mask on, and he's got the eyes. So it's like, but at the same time, look
it's
at how
giving me Pluto vibes.
he's got like 50 fins on him, just because fins equal fast, apparently, right?
Yeah, the fins are dumb, but like I really like the rest of the design.
But if you removed the fins, he wouldn't really be much of anything. It would look kind of like vaguely alien ninja, I guess, kind of.
I mean, I'm not saying remove the fins. I'm saying remove some of them.
If we're talking about like, yeah,
He doesn't need 50 fins.
right, but that's the thing. We have to take into account every fin. Like if he has 50 fins, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So like,
With less fins, he would be an 8. I think I'm giving him a 6.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll give a 6.
I desperately want to like him because I love ninjas. But yeah, like the only standout thing he has is the fins, and if they're bad, then that's not good. 4.
I really enjoyed the way they did the eye.
I'm giving him a 4 just because, yeah, he does kind of have a ninja thing going on, but there's just a lot of not good there, too. Alright.
Alright.
When we finally get these done, and I go back to average all the scores to see our list, like our ranking I'm posting, and it's just, I'm happy about that. That's why it would actually be helpful if you guys, like, how you guys were doing decimals. I'm not, but if you want to, that could very well help us break some ties down the road. Oh, we got one. This is actually a secret character from Mega Man 9.
Oh, spoilers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, secret. It's DLC, right? So less secret, more.
Oh, okay,
less
that's
secret,
not
more
really
of just
secret.
Capcom wanted their money, right? This is Fake
Yeah,
Man.
it's fair. They have to make money some way.
It's Fake Man, and the interesting thing here is
Wait, fake man?
in the story.
Fake man. It's
In
a
the
fake
story.
police officer made by Dr.
Sir,
Wily to arrest
sir,
Dr.
this
Light.
is sir. You didn't think I could?
Sorry.
You don't think I can explain Fake Man in my own stream? Really? I'll fight
So
you.
wait, he's not a police officer.
Flows through me.
I will fight you,
Can't
Jacob.
help myself sometimes.
So he's a cosplayer? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Just give me a
Fake man,
give me a
policeman,
second, and I
whatever.
will explain. Oh my god. Ah.
This is the Jacob stream takeover.
Interrupt me all you want, but now when I'm explaining lore, that's bugging me. All right, okay, lore time.
Right. Please, go.
Okay,
Explain fake man.
I've got like lore backing up in my brain and it's hemorrhaging. Okay, right. In Mega Man 9, halfway through the game, Dr. Light gets arrested by a police officer robot because all of the robot masters in that game are Dr. Light's robots. So he gets framed. Turns out the police officer was built by Dr. Wily to be an imposter, a fake police officer. That's why he's Fake Man. He's pretending to be a police officer. There we go. All right. In the DLC, he has his own level, but you don't actually get a power from him. He just kind of just shoots at you. Okay, there we go. Right.
There's
I'm
like
sorry.
7 mini bosses.
I'm sorry I had to get that out of my
And
out
the
of my
Wily 2
brain.
shark.
Right. It's kind of fun, honestly, for like as far as DLC is concerned, but right.
Is.
Anywho,
So he's extremely bland, except for the gun. I think the gun hand is cool.
Code, I think you misspelled best RoboCop. Good morning. How are you? I love his design. I love him so much because I like you all know how much I hate police officers, right? I love this gentleman.
I mean, it's hard not to hate police officers.
Like, look, like his gun is actually designed to built to look like a revolver. That is the coolest idea.
I
Even in the
think.
game, he has a reload animation, which is amazing.
Oh, that's really cool.
Like,
Okay, are we factoring like the design, like the character of? Are we factoring the backstory and idea of the character, or just the design?
like how they look, their theme, I guess.
I think if it's just the look, it's a 6.
Like the
If I'm
theme
factoring
also
it in
could-
the idea that he's a fake police officer specifically, that's an 8.
Oh,
Because it's a really fun idea in my opinion.
that's weird. Code, your first message didn't even pop up. Code said, "This is just a worse RoboCop." My chat's struggling to wake up. I'm sorry. That revolver really is doing it for me because besides that, he really is just like you'd expect a police officer. But like, I really do love robot masters who don't have a mouth. It's just eyes, and I don't know why.
Also, I really hope the badge just says Polly and nothing else.
Polly.
It's not cut off. It just only says Polly.
You know, that's his name, so he doesn't forget.
Oh yeah, it's a like a It's his detail.
His name is
He
Polly.
got it when he started walking.
It's Polly C. Officer. That's his full name.
That's yeah.
Okay. Bleh. Simple, but I love that arm cannon so much. Like the star hat, simple. I mean, you'd expect like he's a police officer. Like they didn't break any new ground here, but that arm kind of like is doing it for me. So I'm gonna give him a. I wish they did more with like his torso and stuff because that's a real disappointment, isn't it? 7. Yeah.
I think-
7 too.
I have to factor in the. I think I'll go for 6.5.
Okay. All
Just
right.
if we
go
factor
ahead
in
and
both
vote
the design
something
and the
weird.
idea.
Yeah, gotcha. Like, if you want to look at their like
Oh,
their,
God,
like
Jacob.
their theme, you know what I mean? Like if it's anything interesting, like Dustman, I feel like that's included. Like the fact that like not just how he looks, the fact that he is a vacuum in the first place, right? I think that's interesting. So okay.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh no.
You mentioned Polly, and I had to
That
post
reminds
it.
me
So,
of-
a streamer friend of mine
Oh,
goes
God.
by the name of Polly, and he had emotes that made those two. Made if you were to combine them, it made that. So I made it for him, and I just have it on hand whenever.
Bless your soul. That's
So-
that's wonderful.
And definitely.
I invented
is
twerking, but
something.
that's a story for a different day. Okay, if you're at all familiar with Rockman's strategy, why are you familiar with Rockman's strategy? This is the main good guy they introduced to
Oh, it's
Rockman's
valuable
strategy.
lore.
So this gentleman's name is Fan. Rockman's strategy, real quick, is a strategy RPG that I'm about positive they didn't get permission from Capcom. They just did this thing. So we did Apollo, we
wait.
did some of the Zodiac.
His
Actually,
name is just Fan.
Fan. The he's Chinese themed, but the Zodiac bots that we did before, Aquarius and Aries and stuff, that's from this game. They were introduced with this. It's like a strategy RPG with some of the other robot masters, but this is an original character for that game. And he's like the main good guy. You can see Roll on the right side of the picture there. He's standing there with her. So he's meant to look like more like traditional Chinese. You can see the sleeves, the hats. Simple, but like he's one of the main character bots. So like they're meant to be like simple. I don't know if he can get very much credit from just
Oh
like,
god, they just saw him in game.
like he's just oh it looks awful. Don't do that. It's a bad.
That looks terrible.
It's an obscure like relic of Mega Man. It's weird and different, but I've always wanted them to make another strategy RPG for Mega Man. That'd be amazing. But at this point, I would just settle for another good Mega Man game. Period. So, you know. And then 11 happened. All right.
I really
Next
think
command
Mega Man
mission.
RPG is a good.
He's simple. I do like.
11's not terrible.
We always have a please just remember we always have a X command mission.
I
always have.
just and then Mega Man X6, X7, X8 just like to just stab me in the heart every time I remember that they exist. Okay, right.
Anyways, Fan is the one.
Fan here. As simple
He's
as
not
he
even a
is.
fan.
That's not. It's just a name. It's just.
But the name of every single character in the series is representative of their design,
Okay, but
except for him.
but roll also isn't made out of bread and butter. Okay.
Sure, but I mean,
She does roll.
he isn't a literal fan.
Right, but if we're talking
He's
about,
not even a fan of something.
that's what I was gonna say. If we're talking about like the other definitions of words, like she's rock and roll fan. Fan could be like a musical fan. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Is he a fan of China? Is that his thing?
Maybe I don't know. I'm not a friend of his.
intensifies.
Why you're really just giving him a score based on his name? I'm upset.
No, I give him a score because his design is garbage.
His design's garbage.
You look like Eddie if you were a person more
He-
stupid.
Like it's not even a headband he's got. It's built into his head. Like it goes around his chin and everything. That's a helmet. I love that. I love that. He's got
The
sleeves.
only good part about this
what
design.
robot master actually wears clothes?
The only good part about his
this is
design
one
is
of
the glove.
This is one of like 3 robot masters that actually wears clothes. Good. I'm giving him a 5. because he's kind of like bland.
Right.
But
Again, I think the only good part is the glove. The glove is good.
the same
3.
reason
It's a 1.
Buster Rod G had like a cool like
Okay.
Chinese lore motif going, and this guy has that same vibe, and I dig that. So he's a 5.
Let me make it clear. He would be a 3 if I didn't see his in-game visual.
Don't look at his in-game visual. Look at this. This is what we're looking at.
It doesn't matter. I already saw it. It's already skulled.
Well,
It's
knock
already
it off.
I'm
Stop
already
that.
skulled.
If Amber, if you're going to admit that you're being biased, we need to not do that.
I'm not biased. It's his design.
But that's just because that in-game graphics are trash. That's not his design. That's just the game.
Fine,
looking
2.
bad.
We'll settle for 2.
All right, but yeah, don't do that. This picture. I worked really hard to find these pictures. Okay. All right, Jacob. I missed your number. I'm sorry. I'm over here being stupid, and I'm just I missed
3.
it. 3. Okay. 2, 3, and 5.
2, 3, 5.
That's fair. All right, that's fine. That's I can live with that. Oh, really obscure one, very obscure one. But let me explain. That's the joke's not going to work unless it loads for you guys first. It's not going to be funny anyway. But now I'm committed. There we go. It's Fireman. He's one of the original 6. I mean, you guys know, right? One of the very first ones. You can tell it's just a very simple design. I'm a big fan of him, though. I've always just I think maybe of the original 6, he's my favorite. Like the shoulder pads, he's got the same the chest thing that Alekman had that I like. He's got the shoulder thing, and his head, the head design, it really looks like a helmet. It like the mouth and all that. Like red is a thing for Fire Masters, but like half of him, like most of him, is actually white, and I think that's really interesting in regards to like Ash, because he's incinerating. So I think that's really I think that's a good choice. That is a fireman. Yeah. Okay.
That is a fireman.
Why is he
Why is he
shooting?
shooting blue
Why is
fire?
he
though?
shooting blue
He is a
fire?
fireman.
Thank you. For those of you who aren't aware, Amber just posted a picture
It's,
of an
it's
actual
just a
Blue
firefighter.
fire's
fireman.
pretty cool. You should try
And
touching
water's
some.
coming out of the hose, and it looks like blue fire. See, that's why I have to explain these things, because they can't see it in the Discord, right? All right. Yeah.
Sure, but I couldn't not send it.
Yeah, I got you. It just means I'm gonna have to explain stuff, guys. I
Okay,
give you
fireman.
my stance on it.
I don't like the design.
I like how he has 2 gun on each handle, so I like that.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
I am looking something up.
If you're looking up some in-game stuff again, I
Oh
will
my God,
attack you.
yes.
I will attack
No,
you.
not in game. His head is a tiki torch.
I mean, kinda, yeah. It comes off of
Yes.
fire. I wouldn't say tiki torch, but it is a torch.
No, but look at the lines.
I mean, he's not a tiki torch. It's more of just like a lighter. I know what a tiki torch looks like, Amber.
No, I'm just talking about the lines at the top.
I mean, it's just like
With it.
I think those are more like holes on the side, like how you would have a lighter like that. Because lighters do have holes around those for air.
I guess.
Because they have to get air in, otherwise they would go out.
Those beautiful sprites.
So
Yeah, okay. In game, it looks more like it.
I think that's just ventilation. But his helmet, that's what I mean. He's got a definitive helmet, and that it comes up from the bottom, it covers his mouth, and you know how much I love robots without mouths.
Okay. So I think that the body is a 0 to 10. The helmet brings them up to
Even the color, my God, the shoulders are really cool. He's mostly white because he burns stuff. He turns it to ash. I love that he's white and red instead of just red.
I mean, sure, but even then, I don't think I give him any more.
5.
That's a 3 for
Would
me,
it help
sorry.
if I told you that he had a southern accent?
No.
Darn. Okay.
With a 6.
You have Jacob.
God, he's so simple, but in my mind, he might be the peak of simple robot design.
I think he's. Okay, what I think would make it way better for me if he had more details on his like the white part of the chest.
Yeah,
If you had
that's-
it like I don't know a bit of burn marks on it or something like that, that would make it a amazing design in my opinion.
But if you know, if they decided to add details to his chest, it would just be in the form of nipples. So I'm kind of glad he doesn't have nipples.
Okay, that is a good point. Yes,
Like they'd love to add nipples to these things. Now that I'm noticing it, it's kind of standing out that he doesn't.
but I think okay, that's a 3.5. Just because it doesn't have nipples, that's a 0.5 extra. Because you're right, a lot of old muscles have nipples.
I really do want to start giving some of these decimals because yeah, that'd make the whole averaging thing better. We'd be able to list them better at the end. So like 7.5, yeah. At least we could. I'd be willing to do like 0.5s, right?
Yeah, we're not going to like 0.256.
Yeah. I'll like I said, you guys can rank them however you want as long as you're not being ridiculous about it, right? As long as you're not giving Fishman a 10, you can give him whatever you want.
I will.
Still again,
I will
10.
die
You can
on
never
that
change
hill.
my mind.
I will die on that hill. Fishman is a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
What was that, Jacob? About Fireman? What number did you give him?
I give Fireman a 6. It was 5 originally, but you convinced me with the southern accent. Fishman is forever a 10.
He is. I love Fireman, but yeah. All right. One of these times we're all gonna agree on the exact same number, and it's gonna be beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. We have another Fireman. Oh my God, we've got 2 more Fireman. Hold on. So there's Fireman from Fully Charged, and if we're talking about like a robot master that's like over the top, like trying way too hard. Oh man, he's trying way too hard. Wait for that to load for you guys.
Alright, let's see what the picture is when it loads.
His head is still a torch and he still has the same helmet, but his body is just like, everyone notice me, please. I'm a fire-themed boss and you need to know about it. Oh,
Oh, it's not loading.
it's almost, my internet sucks.
Oh, there it
we
is.
go. Yeah, it's been taking it a
Oh
second.
my god.
I love, like they kept most of it the same, but it's just more obnoxious now. Like 2 cannons, I liked that before. Now it's just like obnoxious. His shoulders are more
it is
pronounced.
obnoxious.
Like I liked his shoulders before. Now they're just
The
like
one
a little silly.
The one thing I really like about this guy is just the glowing details.
Yeah, I liked them more on Elecman if we're being honest. But they're not
Okay,
bad.
that's fair, but I just hate his chin.
They're not bad. Yeah,
That's
I
beside
think,
the point. We're not on like one.
to be fair, if we took the original design and we added some glowing detail, I think that would have made him look better. I think you're right. But on this guy, he's already so like in your face obnoxious. I think it's probably just like, I wish he'd stop. So like on him, the glowing looks worse.
I agree.
I like the fact that his
I
guns are
just
attached
think,
to
like,
like.
That's the one thing that's saving him from 0.
See, I think that he'd look better without the glowing.
I think
And
it's a 1.5.
I think the original would look better with glowing. I like the one thing I'd say is besides the red, the silver detail. I think that's kind of nice, like a little bit of detail on his stomach area. Little dots on the guns. The guns, if they're like smaller, maybe, but the silver bits of him are actually all right. He just needs to dial it back a little bit. But all of the ones in Fully Charged are really over the top. It's a style choice, I guess, just not a good one, right?
I'm just not a fan of like a design this over the top that isn't doing anything unique.
I feel you on that. So 3, because yeah, like he's not doing anything new. He's just doing everything like more. Amber, what did you say?
I think it's a 2
2?
for me. I say 1.5, but it's 2. Just because I want more space to say bad things about something in the future.
Thank you. Yeah, like for me, boring isn't that bad. It's just like, Jacob, what was you?
1.
1.
1.
big not fan of fireman. Are you all right? You sound like you're struggling.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit tired.
I wanted to check in because I know
It's
you
fine.
said.
I'll keep going.
Well, here's
If you want
fireman.
to stop, just I mean,
Amber, remember when you
We gotta
wanted?
keep going. There's 8 robot masters I specifically want to talk about, which Beast knows about.
If you want, we can
Yeah,
bookmark
Amber,
this. I mean, let me know next time you guys are available to do a day. I can do a day. Remember?
I am available most of the time.
Amber, remember when you said you wanted to save some space to talk bad about someone else? This is that someone else you were talking about.
Yes.
I found them for you.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh my
Fireman
God.
from Captain N. Now let me just say immediately, 8 out of 10, because he's good looking.
I love him.
He's the best. No, I hate him and he's bad, and I want him to feel bad about
No,
himself.
that's a 1.5.
I want him
There you
to,
go, that's the 1.5.
I want him to hate himself more than he already does.
If I had a problem with Electman's head shape, I cannot say anything good about this guy.
It's like his face is squeezed into that helmet. Like, it looks like it's not meant for him. Like, he just put it on. As a husky gentleman, his face looks too round to be in that helmet. Like, why? Why did they do that? Why does he have whiskers? Why are his knees green?
That's all I have to say. Just a Chinese bun.
Oh my god, that looks delicious though. I'm mad. I'm hungry. Okay, right. Oh,
That does look delicious, but no.
it really, okay. All right, thank you. That's very accurate. Dumpling man. I'm giving.
Dumpling man, yeah.
7.
I'm giving. No,
Sorry.
I'm giving. Dumpling,
Jacob, I'm sorry, I cannot.
I'm giving Dumpling Man a 1.5.
That's a 1.5 for me.
Jacob, give
He's no fishman.
Jacob, give him a real number, please.
2.
Thank you. Like I
No,
think
he-
it's
he's
funny, but we
Just not absurd enough to get the E high score.
yeah, like he's dumb looking, but also boring looking at the same time. Like
Yeah.
if you're really bad, you could at least be interesting. He's not even interesting. He's just bad. We got another fire themed master, Flame Man. And immediately, yes, Flame Man does look a little racist because he's from Mega Man 6, and Mega Man 6 was a little racist. That's where Tomahawk Man's from, so yeah.
Huh.
I want to say he's kind of cool looking.
Does not lie.
Like, the reason I kind of like... I'm loading a picture for you guys. Hold on. Just, my immediate thoughts first. I like this system because it means I get to talk first. Oh, I love that. I like the tubes leading from his weapons to his body, because like as a fire themed boss, I think that's really interesting. Still racist, yeah. And the artist for this picture made him look really cool, but he's kind of not. Like that's just the artist did a good job. His shoes are his shoes are curved at the end, but again, that's kind of like it's interesting, but it's also like. Should I be complimenting that aspect of his body?
If we're ignoring the obvious issue here, I think his eyes look cool.
That's the problem.
Like the face itself, I mean, looks cool.
Like that's the problem. Like morally.
I like that he's the only oil-powered robot master. That's what I gotta say.
Fossil fuels. That's a negative downside. Yeah, I agree. Oh my god, they
That's a downside.
No. I just realized they put his crystal nipple thing on his forehead. That is a no. That is a no. Game?
Oh god.
Game? No. 1. I'm giving him a 1 and I'm moving on. I refuse. No. He's disqualified.
That's 0, I am sorry.
I-
He's disqualified, yeah.
He's making off the list.
Disqualification.
The same reason we haven't gotten to Tomahawk Man yet, but he's also disqualified.
I just have a bad time saying anything good about him.
We are moving on.
I
He has
don't
good
want
aspects, but he's disqualified. Right. Okay. Right. Him and Tomahawk Man can go sit in the timeout box. All right. Go think about what you've done. All right. Let's see. Oh, one of the masters from 2. So a simple bot, but kind of like. Okay. Moonstone, good morning. How are you doing? Jacob, do me a favor. I want to see, without me or you influencing, I want to ask Amber to tell what his theme is. and I'm curious.
Baseball.
Baseball. This is well.
What was I about to say? I don't know.
I gotta say, Baseball Man, just immediately. That is wow. I wasn't expecting you to get it the first try.
Okay,
Can I explain this one?
My
Because I have a
thought,
lot of
okay.
lore about
Let
Flash.
me
My
just say,
thought
this
was
is
that he's okay. Can I talk about one?
yeah.
His gun arm looks like a volleyball, and I thought that it would be mistranslated when it goes to the English version to be translated into baseball man.
Oh, I wish you would have said Volleyball Man because that's the actual answer. No, let me just say this is
Wait, it is.
no, this I got you.
Okay.
I finally got you.
Base, can I do this?
Well, let me just introduce him and then you can go into. So like it's
Yeah.
this is Flash Man and he's time themed. He stops time and that's
What?
Jacob. You go. You can have your go.
So, Flash Man is quite interesting. He's short, he's bald, he hates wig ads. But he has a special property to him as per the Rockman Forte CD. It literally says, and I quote during my playthrough, Flashman sometimes uses his time stopper to peep on women in showers.
Oh god.
Not only is he a
hold on.
perv, but he's short and bald.
Hold on.
His power
That
is
can't
useless.
be.
Oh, God.
That can't be accurate. I need a screenshot of that or a link or something because I refuse to believe it.
I would like proof
I
of that
kid
as
you
well.
not.
If-
During my playthrough of Rockman Forte, it literally said that.
Just because
I am going to
if-
keep it out of my judgment.
If that were true,
Because I don't know
would
if
have
it's
heard
real.
of it. Like I would have heard of that if that were true. I feel. I recognize there's some
I
I
will
things.
will
keep it out of my
replay
judgment and
Rockman
give him a zero.
Forte just to get that singular
Like,
CD.
like
I
there are
swear to
some
God.
there
Okay,
are
so
some
I
things here that
even
I don't
if
know.
I keep that out of my judgment, he's a zero.
We're not. Okay, behavior aside, that's not what we're ranking here. Versus
Yeah,
Flame
with
Man.
that aside, he's a zero.
Why a zero?
What exactly what is time themed about him?
How do you, besides attaching a massive clock to him, how do you represent time powers?
Not like that. Not with volleyball.
But
That's for sure.
Okay, but what makes him look bad? Why would you give him a zero? What is bad about him?
He is boring.
Besides
He doesn't
boring,
have anything to go from.
boring isn't a zero.
I-
Zero is like
Look.
you're an abomination, and looking at you made my life worse.
Because you're forgetting, I gave Fishman a 10. I prefer an abomination to something that isn't interesting at all.
I'm losing my mind. What's happening? Oh God.
I would always like a disaster more than
my
a complete blandness.
my brain's leaking out of my ears. You have to excuse me. I need to find a towel. Okay. All right, we're good. I'm good. It's fine. You have to excuse me. I just completely the last 10-20 seconds I got erased from my brain. So we're just gonna rank this gentleman, and it's fine. I'm giving.
Fine, 0.5. Are you happy?
I'm never happy. Have you met me? I'm never happy.
Just because it could be worse. It could be
But-
just a man.
It could be.
At least he has armor.
It could be Fishman, right? I agree. It could be Cutman.
No,
for
at least he has.
It could be Cutman for the Captain Ed
At least he has armor. It's 0.5.
I like the arm guards.
It could be Catman for yeah.
I like
That's
the
all.
arm guards. I like the chin strap he's rocking. I'm gonna say 4. And
Actually, now that I'm looking at it again, he's bus man, not
tell you
volleyball man.
what, I'll give him a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. Jacob, how feel you about Time Man? Or Flash Man? I'm skipping ahead to Time Man.
It's a
All
good robot.
Volleyball man.
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
He gets a 2.
you. A 2.
I've already began my journey to get the Flashman CD and rock.
I assumed you
Forte,
would.
so-
Why don't you just look it up on Google Images? Like if it's there, it's there.
No, I will give you a screenshot
It's
from
on the-
my ROM
God,
that I have.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
inside my
I'm looking
SNES
it up
NX.
now. Oh God, it's gonna be in the Mega Man wiki. Oh,
I'm at the Mega Man wiki right now, looking for it. Where did he say
hold on,
it was from?
I'm there, and I
Rockman Forte.
I know exactly what the data CD everything looks like, so I know where it's at on the wiki. Hold on.
It's number 14.
Because that's pretty messed up. I know all kinds of hobbies about all kinds of robot masters. I know Gutsman likes to sing karaoke. What? So let's see.
Okay, it says that he uses his power to look under Roll's skirt.
That
in the wiki.
Why? He's a robot. He doesn't even have any bits. Why would he? That's very messed up. Dr. Wily.
I don't know.
Dr. Wily. Why? Oh my god, that's terrible. Cause like, Wily programmed him. That's why he's like that. Oh, that is Time Man, Flash Man. I keep calling you Time Man. Get out of here.
Jesus.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, get them out of here.
All right. Hold on. Why can't I? Okay, there we go. Alright, that one. I didn't think to crop the picture before, so we're just doing that one. And I'll post it for you guys. We got another comic relief one from the Archie comics, so we have that to look forward to. Specifically, it's the one on the far right. So if you comment on any of the other ones, you're gonna be excommunicated. We either have already done them or we're going to do them.
Alright.
So I'll lose my mind if you comment on those ones. It's taking a bit to load. This is a bigger picture because it has 4 dudes on it, I guess. Right. I think. Have we
Alright,
gotten to
I'm ready to see it.
I don't know if we've gotten to any of those other ones yet. Actually, hold on. It's loading. It is. Yeah, this picture's bigger, so I apologize. Just give it a second here. It is Fragile Man. So it's on it's on stream and it's hard to
I feel
comment
that describes a lot of people I know.
because it's just like he's just bits and pieces. It's meant to be a joke. You can't comment on his design. There's nothing there. He's just pieces. So
Can I say that Fragile Man is the description of my boyfriend?
thank you. Oh, it's working. I don't know. I'd either be willing to give this guy like a 1 or just disqualify him because if I don't think we can rank his design. But I'm gonna wait for it to get done loading and let you guys weigh in. It should be about done. It looks like it's finishing up right now. I say that it's just okay. There we go. The one on the right. I don't understand.
no.
Like I don't think we could decide.
I just don't know what his design actually is.
Like that's the thing. I believe he's like because that I mean that's what we're looking at. It's just like yeah. I'm kind of at a loss here. Like how do we proceed?
I'll give him 0 because he's badly designed. He's literally badly designed.
That is well. I guess it depends on why he was designed. Like if he was built to break apart, he's doing a great job.
Well, given the fact that Wiley looks to be mad at him or disappointed, I'll assume that wasn't his design.
So, okay, hold on. That thing, that bolt to the left of his face, that looks like it would go on top of his head, right? I think that'd look nice.
I'm sure it would, but I don't know what he looks like.
That's also fair. I think we disqualify this gentleman. Does that sound right?
Yes.
If we can't
Yes,
see what
we
he actually looks
disqualify.
like. It's funny because how long that picture took to load, that was very not worth it. Alright. Who we got next?
That's a pretty high resolution image.
It's a very, yeah, it's... Wait, hold on. Did it... Oh... That's... Okay, hold on. Yeah... I had to move that picture so far left. It's off of my OBS now. Hold on.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah, I was like, it disappeared. Did it not load? No, it's just gone. Okay.
this is the same comic that Dubstep Man came from, right?
That is correct. That is where Dubstep Man came from.
Wow.
So we are on to a Mega Man 7 Master. It should be faster to load. Okay, yeah, it's very, a lot faster to load. It's like a third of the file size. But this here is Freeze Man. And Freeze Man's interesting because obviously he's an ice themed master. The interesting thing is he's actually heat powered. He functions by he functions by absorbing heat from the environment, pulling it into himself to fuel himself, and by extension creating coldness by pulling heat out of the air. Which that's not how science works, but we're not going to nitpick, I guess.
It's cool enough. It's cool enough that I can be fine with that.
Like Mega Man 7 Masters really do have an issue with like a lot of unnecessary detailing. Like there's a lot of weird lines on them for no reason.
Why does he have vents? That makes no sense.
Well, he's.
Why would he want to let out the heat?
Like he's pulling in stuff. I guess he would have to have some form to pull the heat into himself.
I guess I assume that's what the hand is for. The hand vent.
I'm not gonna act like I know how he works because it makes no sense. It's just like I think that goes along with what I was saying. Like there's a lot of unnecessary vents. Like he has one on his pelvis also. They loved just to draw lines on the Mega Man 7 Masters that make no sense, like just all over them.
Also, I swear the lines aren't symmetrical, like they aren't the same size.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on here that doesn't need to be going on here. I like how his feet and shoulders are ice, but like that's it. That is like minimum.
I think he's a cool design that is going by too much detail.
That is an accurate description of that.
So I'll give him like a 5, I think.
I really want to love him more than I do, but I'm going to give him a 2. Mega Man 7 is one of my favorite Mega Man games too, and I'm mad about that.
Also, he has nipples.
They all have nipples. In a massive belly
So that's a 4.
Okay, a 2, a 4. Jacob, what number are you giving Freeze Man?
4.
I know you said you're a fan of every master who has Cracker in their weapon name, but he just needs to be put out of our misery.
I forgot that.
He needs to be put out of our
6.
misery.
He gets
God damn it, Jacob.
He gets 2 points for design.
2
2 points for the subtitle during the Robot Master Select, which is Don't Slip. And 2 more for Freeze Cracker.
So you're giving him a 2 then? Because I'm not counting those last 2 categories. So you just admitted you're giving him a 2. Okay, we're moving on. All right.
Hey, 2. Let's go.
All right. Why, as nice as it is that he's warning you not to slip, very friendly, not part of his design. All right.
I mean, yeah, thanks for the heads up. I will be careful.
Like, thanks for the warning. I mean, you love a bad guy that warns you about what their power is. It's funny how these themed masters bump into each other, but there's Frostman.
God.
And
He looks like an oven.
I adore the look of Frostman. I love him so much. Because like his body's big and round and he's built out of like ice chunks, so he looks like an igloo. His hands,
He looks like an brick oven.
He's like an igloo gorilla. And his hands are mittens. Like he doesn't have segmented fingers. He actually wears mittens, which is so unnecessary and probably harmful to him functioning properly. Still cool looking.
Why does he have a bowling ball head?
He's an igloo gorilla. He needs to be round. He needed to be rounded. And that's round.
But like I mean like the actual purple thing.
Well, the same reason his feet are like that, because Mega Man 8 had a fetish with putting those green spots on everything they could. For whatever reason.
That definitely was down because I think that just
it was just a style choice.
Unnecessary.
Like you can tell which masters come from the same games based on certain common things they have like that. It's funny.
I do like the idea he has like a what's it called? Like brass knuckles. On his mittens. I really like that idea.
I love just gorilla-shaped robot master. You don't have as many of those as you think you would. Like, there's typical body shapes, like regular human. There's ones with the face built in the chest. Gorilla shape. That's interesting to me.
So this guy's an 7.5 for me.
His head is a little disappointing because it's not even really built into his body. It's more like just smushed up against his body.
I do like that because it's like he tucked into a jacket.
Yeah, I get that. And I don't think it would look right if it was actually just his face built onto his torso. I think this looks right. And like I said, the fact that he's like, it looks like at least he's made out of icy bricks, like an igloo. That's just such a fun idea. And like you see enough like ice themed robots, you're just desperate for something interesting to look at, and I think this guy does that.
Yeah. It's definitely more unique than just having like ice shards.
Right. This is my idea. Like the Freeze Man, I think is a bad ice boss. This is a good ice boss. We're looking at like examples of those. I appreciate like the fact that this is Mega Man 8. Like 8 games into the series, they had to think of a new ice themed boss design. That's not easy to do. Mega Man 8, he's getting an 8.
Oh, Jacob, did you give a number? Are you rating?
6.
6. Amber, you said 7.5.
Alright.
I think.
7.5.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I'll say 8 because I'm trying to be nicer to some of these, right? Which is funny because I think I've been ranking these guys a lot higher than you guys have. But like my total number is higher than your guys' total number, I think.
Depends on the one. Depends on the ones. We've been ranking the
Right.
the absurd ones higher.
Some of them you love and I hate, but I think on the whole I rank them higher. I think maybe I don't know. Oh,
That is so, yeah.
so you know how we all agreed that we hate Mega Man 11?
I don't hate it. I
that's
just
a-
think it's
that's
not
a- it's-
good.
it's- it's a-
Not as good.
It's a joke. I know. I was trying to be funny. Okay, I know because I remember you said that you didn't mind it. Is what I was
I think it's not as good as AnotherAmber, but it's
Yeah.
a perfectly fine game.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you, but I was just making a joke about it because I know you and I disagree. There's Fuse Man.
Oh, that is a terrible design. I hate it.
That's hilarious to me because I like Fuse Man's design. Huh. Okay.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, the same points and detailing that Enker had when we thought he was electric themed. This guy has some points and some detailing and like the same yellowy gold.
Thing is, this is after the other one, right?
Dynaman? Yeah.
I just think they're like reusing stuff,
Are they? Hold on, I'll bring
especially
them up.
like the boots look the same as like who was
I'll
it?
bring them up side by side. I feel like they look very different, but hold on. Let me Wait, do you mean Dynamo Man or Dynaman?
I meant Dynamo Man.
Dynamo. I was making sure. I just bring them up side by side. Oh, I
No, that's
replaced
not
it.
not
I
not the
just
other one.
replaced it. Either way, yeah, I see them very differently. Hold on.
I just think he's a worse version of Dynamo Man. I like Dynamo Man having like the helmet and stuff, and
I don't
this guy just
understand.
looks
Hold
pretty
on.
generic for a, electric robot.
Yeah, like
Also, he has the hand lighting thing.
they
from-
are. Look at. I don't know. I know you're not on my
Electroman,
stream, but
whatever.
like I can't see a single thing that they have in common. Besides, like, they have a hand and legs.
No, I'm talking about like having the Tesla coils, the Dynamo Man having that kind of redone on his head, having the thunder symbol on his feet.
Dynamo Man doesn't have that on his feet, though. He doesn't have a lightning bolt on him.
No, he doesn't have it on his feet, but he does have that symbol.
Where?
On
Oh,
his
on his
chest.
torso. I didn't even see that. But having a electric themed boss and having a lightning bolt on him, that's like mandatory. Like it's illegal not to
yeah,
put a lightning
sure,
bolt.
but-
Like for safety
but I
regulations,
think
you have to have
that,
a
like-
lightning bolt on you.
Yeah, just to make sure that everyone understands that he's electric.
I,
No, but I just think he's like, I don't like this. I just think it's worse than Dynamo Man.
Really? Okay, I mean, you're allowed to have your opinion. I was going to say, I think it's funny because you like that game more than I do, and I like this guy more than you do. That's
I
interesting.
think as a game it's better. I don't think the designs are good.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was funny that it switches like that. I'm not saying you can't feel that way. I just say I think that's funny that you enjoyed the game more and I enjoyed this specific gentleman more. Huh. I kind of like the fuses on his head. Like, they're silly and they don't make any sense, and they would probably be a very big weakness, but he looks kind of like an electric rabbit, and I'm a fan of that. I like how he has one nipple instead of two.
That's an improvement.
The one thing I would say is those spikes
The
on
less
his,
nipples, the better.
like on his hips specifically, those spikes are kind of silly and out of place. But yeah, you know,
The ones on the hand are weird. The hand triangles.
he's kind of bland a little bit, but that helmet for me kind of the helmet and the chest I think are nice enough to at least warrant a 3.
I think it's a 5.
And then you're going to rank him higher than me anyway. Wow, this is a roller coaster.
Did you just say 3?
Yeah, I was going to say 3.5. This is
Whoa.
a roller coaster of a conversation. Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
I'm very confused because I was saying good things about him, you're saying bad things about him, and now you're ranking him higher.
I just think it's like as middle of the road as it gets.
Oh, I'm pretty sure our number ranking system means nothing anymore. Like we've just completely just like put off the
Yeah,
rails.
okay.
Our numbers mean nothing.
No, but now that I'm thinking about, yeah, you're right. I should give him lower.
All right.
Probably like a,
I mean,
yeah, a 3.5 is good. I agree.
okay. I mean, I'm
Y'all are
not
insane. I love Fuse Man. He's the best robot master in Mega Man 11. Genuinely, I
Like,
love
the way
his
he
design.
looks,
I love
though,
his
he
stage. I
doesn't-
love his music. It's amazing. I love Fuse Man.
Like he doesn't have a lot
Best
going
robot.
for him. Like look at his design. He doesn't have very much like that stands out. It's just like a couple lightning bolts because yeah, he's yellow because yeah, like what else?
I'll read that he's better than Bounce Man.
But it's unique. Like, yes, it's electric themed. There's not much room with that, but they like compare this to like a Lackman.
Okay, but like we're not
it
compare
looks so
like,
good.
Like don't compare him
Not-
to
I don't
other
care.
electric masters. Just look at him. Like what does he bring to the table besides his helmet with the fuses on? Like besides that, what else does he have going for him?
Hello. Hello. He has
Yeah.
lines in multiple places.
All I'll say is he's
He
better
has
than
lightning
Bounce Man.
bolts on his shoes.
Yeah, like lightning bolts on his shoes, but he's electric boss, so like that's standard. It's required.
Okay, he's a 9. I love it.
Wait, what number did you give him? Like how did you rank him?
9.
All right,
Whoa.
I'm willing.
That's
to,
one lower than Fishman. You really think that this is close to Fishman?
Yes, do.
I will just you're both grounded.
Wow.
You're both going in timeout as soon as the stream's over. Okay, we're continuing. Oh god. All right. Oh god. Fine. As boring as I think he I don't think he deserves the 9. I'm willing to accept that. The fact that you guys, I know you're just messing with me, and it kills me inside that I just cannot.
Oh no, I'm genuine. I love Fuse Man. I'm genuine.
No, I mean fish. I mean
love
fish
Fuse
guy.
Man.
I meant fish guy. I know you're just messing with me, and my brain refuses to just let me move on.
But-
Galaxy Man.
Bees, I am not messing with you. I think Fishman is one of the most interesting, absurd.
Amber, I need you to
Robots.
understand. Either you're messing with me. I need to believe you're messing with me because the alternative is you are some kind of serial killer. Okay, that I need to believe. You're
Like I said, it's like telling a kid that he's not messed up, he's special. I like how absurd and over the top he is, not because of good design, but because it's so terrible that it loops back to being good.
The thumbnail for these videos is just going to be me at a fish market just on the floor sobbing. That's what it's going to be. Okay. That's Galaxy, man.
Oops, I did not mean to send that.
That's fine. We get to see him again. That's Galaxy, man. He's space themed.
What
and
is that?
his,
Is a galaxy about him? I get he's a UFO.
Well, you see the top of him is a UFO. He kind of like pulls himself up into it and he UFOs around. I agree. It's not very good. I'm kind of bummed out because like his color, like it was bold of them just to make him all silver because like that was a risk. I just don't think it paid off.
I think it's a waste of a name like Galaxy Man.
I like that the top of him's a UFO. That's kind of cute. The antenna are interesting. The saucer bit's a little weird. Like he looks more like a Kirby character than a Mega Man character.
Sure. Also, he has a CD for a chest, like half of a CD.
I kind of like him. I think it's simplistic that they made him all silver. I kind of like the color. I do, but it's very nearly cool looking, but it's not.
That's a 4. Actually, no. This has to be lower than Fuse Man.
I'm giving him a 4. Yeah.
3.5. This is a 3. This is a 3.
3? I'm giving him a 4.
It has to be lower than Fuse Man.
He's very close to being good. I just think there's a little bit of detail missing. And like I said, I like the screen face that some masters do. And the ears I enjoy.
I just think for a space-based boss, this isn't an approach that I think paid off.
Like I think they really did just try for like simplistic, like old school flying saucer, just a silver disc. So I get that, but like, yeah, it could have been better. 4, and you said 3, Jacob. What say you?
4.
What?
4, you said?
I think Jacob fell asleep.
Jacob's dead.
Oh, he died.
I'm here.
Good morning.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, 4.
4, okay. Well, we very nearly all agreed on that. That's great. All right. I'm happy. All right.
The only reason I'm saying less than 4 is because I said Fuseman is 3.5 and I want to stick by that.
Oh, God. Okay, well,
And I think this is lower than Fuseman.
prepare yourself for the next one because it's garbage. All right.
Alright, let's go.
All right. Garbage
Minus
Man.
1.
Garbage Man.
Minus 1. I
This is
hate
the
him.
best picture available of him. He only shows up for like a second. He's really
Fortunately,
big.
I
I
have
thi-
to agree.
He's really
Hey.
big.
At least the name is correct.
At least the name's correct. I mean, okay, hold on. Allow me a moment just to try to argue his case. I like how he has like a protruding jaw, and I like how he has Frankenstein bolts coming out of his neck. So I'm giving him 1.5.
Neither of those have anything to do with trash.
Well, no. I mean, besides looking big, he's not really anything. He's just a big man. So, like, I can't give him a 1 because that's where Cut Man for Captain N lives. So,
Okay, but wait. I found another picture of him that makes him look way better.
I'm giving him a 2. But if you have another picture,
Okay,
hold on.
I think this picture
Oh.
puts him in a way better
That
light.
is a much better picture. Hold up. Why didn't I save that
Look
one?
like Gamma's prototype state.
Oh, he does look like Gamma, doesn't he? Hold on, I'm gonna post that in the stream.
Okay, if we take that picture in mind, I think it's definitely more than the minus 1. It's like a 2.
Thank you for that, by the way. That is a much better picture. I for whatever reason I missed that
Yeah.
picture. There's only like 3 pictures of him on all of the internet, so I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, I only found 3 of them.
So he's bigger and he looks kind of like just like a big gorilla, man.
Yeah, he's just a big man with like a skull head.
I'm still, you know what, like I kind of
He's
like
the Iron Giant.
I
basically.
kind of like that he's like has the protruding jaw and the bolts coming out of his neck. He's just like a big ape man. 2.5.
2.
All right.
2.
2. All right. All right. Yeah, my picture sucks, man. Forget
Hey,
that
it
picture.
doesn't. Yeah, the first picture made him look way worse.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Past me is just, oh god, the worst person. All right. If it's taking me a little bit, it's because I'm throwing them up on the stream first. Apologize. Okay, here we go. Here's a fun one that I'm kind of into. Gemini Man. And it is Gemini Man because there aren't actually 2 of him. His power is he can make a double of himself. And for that reason, like
He's made like reflections.
he's made out of like reflective panels. Yeah, you're right. Like he makes a reflection of himself.
Alright.
So that's intended. Like I think that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The breastplate wings, like how pointy they are, that's a little weird, but like I like the colors, reflective metal. I like the points on his head. It's kind of like a star for like whatever reason. It's a little like ninja-y, I guess, but like how do you design
I think they're like.
Like,
I think the face lines are weird.
yeah, I think like his face, if his face was rounded, it would be weird because how many points he has. Like, I think that's like a interesting choice.
I'm just not sure if it's supposed to be like sticking out or just like a line in.
Yeah, I think those are just like going down his face because like they wanted to put extra lines on his face.
Okay, if it's that, then that's better. I thought it's like the middle of his mouth stuck out.
Oh, like if there's a crease in his face. Yeah, no. I think those are just lines. Okay, doke. Appreciate it, Jacob. If you're not feeling alright, we can really just take a sec or take a break or come back to this.
Also, I should probably go eat soon. It's
Yeah, Jacob.
pretty late.
Yeah, alright. I mean, let's He did say he'd be right back, so let's honor his wishes and then continue talking about Gemini Man. Because if we'll
So,
see
anyways, I think that this design, there's not much wrong with it, and it's hard. I don't think they could have done a much better job.
right, because like when you have having a robot who makes a duplicate as a design, like what do you do? Like your power is making a copy of you. So like, what?
One thing I would have liked more is if they had like the spikes on his head, different colors. So like it's like the
Yeah,
refraction. That's the word.
like a prism almost. I mean,
Yeah, the prism.
they really leaned into the mirror thing though. And it's interesting because his attack is like a laser beam that bounces off walls and stuff. So it's like reflective also. But I think that flashes colors maybe. I think. Probably not, maybe. Either way, it's a bouncy. It bounces
I
around
think it's
the
cool
room like
enough. Like a 5.5.
I kind of like it, yeah. The chest thing I think could have looked a little bit better maybe, but let me give him a I respect the heck out of like making a mirror into a master. Like that's probably not easy to do. 6.5.
Yeah, it's a unique idea.
6.5, 5.5. Jacob is out somewhere getting coffee or whichever.
We just ask him when he's back.
Yeah, say if he wants to come back, we can have him weigh in. Amber, you said you wanted to get something to eat though. I don't want to keep you guys.
Yeah.
Would you want to wait until he gets back and do his? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Like, move on to the next one, and when he gets back, we can get his take, and then probably wrap it up there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool. Because I need to get something to eat too. All right. So we're actually getting pretty far into these then. Oh God. Oh God, I am so sorry. You know, I'm skipping over that one. That one gets disqualified. I'm not even bringing it up. But
Is there another Mega Man 6 one?
it is a one from the Rockman strategy, the same one with the constellations and fan.
Oh,
I know
okay.
you weren't a big fan, but
I swear to God.
yeah, well, I'll send it to you, but I'm not gonna respect it enough to post it on the stream. But I will show you,
Yeah,
and
stay into Discord. Don't.
I'll send it to you in
don't
Discord, and you can understand immediately why we're just gonna skim over this, because this is just obnoxious and bad, and in every way, it's bad. Literally in every possible way, something can be bad.
Oh, that is
Let me just say, yeah, they went out of their way to make something there. They tried really hard.
They definitely tried.
Somebody tried at some point. I don't know what their intent was, but couldn't have been good. Ugh. God, I hate looking at it. Let me delete that beast too. Right. F. That gets an F.
Oh my God. What is that?
I posted that on the Discord first. That's Gigantovolcano. It's gonna require a little bit of explaining. It's Gigantovolcano. So there was a contest to have different regions of Japan sent in applications for their region's Robot Master, and they got sent in, and it was a contest, like I said, and official Capcom artists redrew their designs. And so if a Capcom artist redrew the design as a result of a contest, I'm counting it for this. And this is
Don't
this is
tell
one
me
of them.
this wonder contest.
This is I think this is the best one to.
I have returned and I already hate it.
Gem-
Oh, hold on.
I-
We're Jacob. We're
Okay.
going back. We're gonna
Jacob,
tease.
first-
That's the grand finale. We gotta
Yeah.
go back to the last one just so you can give us a number, and then we'll go back to
The
Gigantovolcano.
Gemini Man's a 6.
Yeah, we're not talking about Gemini. The one before it.
I forgot that you guys just have them all saved up on there. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Cool. All right, yeah, let's go back.
So we're talking about Prototype Gamma.
No, the mirror guy.
We were Gemini men.
Oh, it is Gemini Man. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
Gemini
okay.
Man's a 6.
Yeah, okay. So then we move on to this is probably gonna be the best one to wrap up on because, like I said, Amber and I want to get something to eat.
Oh.
But this is Gigantovolcano. And there's so much going on here. It's just like I could get if he was a volcano-shaped dude.
If that's a shrimp or a lobster on his hand.
Why does he have a lobster hand?
think-
Why does he have a revolver lemon hand?
Is that a revolver? That'd be so cool if that was just a revolver. Oh my god, I think you made me like this
That
guy.
looks like a revolver.
That it does, doesn't it? Oh my god, that gives him. I like him so much more now. Oh, I was just thinking, why does he have a lemon for a hand? That makes sense. Why is his legs? His legs are just a drill. His legs are a drill.
Why does he have watermelon shoulder pads?
Imagine how hard it is to go somewhere if like go to the store, just drilling around, spinning really fast.
Yeah.
So like the water.
And the thing on his head, like the lava erupting, that looks like it's static. Doesn't look like it's flowing.
Right, that's all.
So he just has a hat of
I think
lava.
that just sticks out. But okay, allow me to explain at least. Like there is a reason why he looks like this, if nothing else.
Okay, please tell me.
These
It's a good
designs were meant to represent their region. So like if they are like a tropical area, like if they have a dormant volcano there, if they do a lot of like fruits, if they're big on lobster and shrimp, like they're supposed to be representative of their area. I just think there's a better way to do it than, hey, we got shrimp, let's give him one for a hand. So that's why he's a mishmash of several different things, because they're really just trying to represent their area, but it looks silly still. Like that's the reason why, but we still like that's not an excuse.
I cannot decide if I love them or hate them.
Actually, funny story. Fishman was the result of this contest as well.
Okay, I love this. No, not actually.
Will destroy you. Why does he have lava in his pants? Why?
I,
Like that's so inconvenient, wouldn't it be? Like the effort it would take to keep the lava in your pants in lava form. Like I can't imagine how much energy that would take.
just like, oh, what is that meter on his chest?
That's his chest meter. It measures how much chest.
That's important.
It's very it's
No one knows that.
he only has 1 meter on himself, and we have no idea what it does. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to picture this guy. Like, you see that like metal bit in the middle in the lava? Do you think he could like open
Yeah.
and close? Like maybe that's the idea. Like that would open and
Oh.
close,
Huh. That's an
and that would
Fascinating.
allow him to use that lava in some capacity. Like not always open, but maybe he like opens and closes.
I mean, that would make sense, but like, the gap at the bottom makes me think that's not the case.
It's hard to tell because like this is all we have of this guy, and like besides not being able to walk places because just a drill, his hand's a lemon and a crayfish, so like, no, nothing good. Like yeah, I have a hard time with this gentleman.
I don't know what to rank him. What to rank him? He's an anomaly.
1.5 that 0.5 is exclusively just because I'm a sucker for a unique body shape, and his
Also, lemon revolver.
yeah, I'm like I don't know if that was their intent or not, but I think that would be interesting also. So I lied. That's a 2. Lemon revolver I forgot about.
It is a specifically 8 circles, so it does look like it's an 8 round revolver.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like the fact that they're circular too, like that. you actually made a really good point there. I hadn't thought about that. So I really do think that was the
Okay.
intent, and I think that's really interesting. So 2.
I think it's a 2.5. Yeah.
2.1.
Gotta give him a 4 for pity points. I feel bad for him.
You feel bad
Be
for him.
honest.
The more I'm looking at him, the more I'm enjoying him. Like his face, he has like there's the eyes poking out and the teeth. Oh my god! Hold on, guys.
Because I really enjoy him, but I hate his design.
The more I look at him, the more I'm liking him. Gigantovolcano gets a. God, really? I need to stop myself because this is getting out of hand. Shiny, good morning. Defoe, how are you? I love both of you. How are you doing?
The two sides of humanity. What is that, and turn of them?
I can't look away, and the more I look at him, the more I like him. Shiny, that is Gigantovolcano. And you didn't pop up on my OBS either. That is weird. That is very weird how that's happening.
Weird.
It happened to Code earlier too. Like his first message didn't pop up. But that's Gigantovolcano. He's there was a contest around Japan where each prefecture, right? It's I'm funny sometimes. Got to design a Robot Master themed around their area of Japan. That's why it's like such a mishmash conglomeration of different things, but like volcano, watermelon, lemon. But like between the eye slit, because I like Robot Masters that don't have a mouth. I kind of like how it almost has like teeth on him. And the like Amber said, I had noticed the lemon is made to look like a revolver. Like that's why there's 8 circles, and that's why they are circles. That's so cool to me. And I'm always a sucker for interesting body shapes of Robot Masters. He looks like he could fold, like that middle bit closes, like to give access to that lava. Like I'm feeling it, and I'm not going to apologize for that. And I don't know.
Okay. He has so many design choices that I like, but I can't give him too high of a score just because I don't like the colors and everything. It's just clashing together. However, just the idea behind so many of this is so cool that I have to go with an 8.
If they're leaning into the whole like fruit thing though, wouldn't like bright colors be like par for the course? Like watermelons and lemons, you're never gonna have like mashing colors, but like
I mean, sure, but these colors are so out of place.
he
Like
looks
the red of the
tropical to me,
watermelon,
like
if the
like
green of the watermelon, if the yellow of the lemon.
like tropical colors. I get that. Really? Okay.
Yeah, but then the brown of the robot master itself.
I mean, I think he looks very like color wise, he looks very tropical. Okay, but like if he had legs, okay, hold on. So like, okay, so we're gonna ignore the drill legs. If he didn't have a drill on the bottom, I think he would be really interesting look, like really cool. The watermelons, I'm fine.
I like the drill.
The drill and the lobster are the real downside here, and they're a big downside here. But like,
I agree on the lobster, but I think the drill, while extremely weird, is a unique enough shape that I definitely do like it.
I understand because like if he's lava themed, drilling underground as a power would make sense. It's just like from a function and design standpoint, that's very stupid. Like if the face of the lobster was like built into a drill, that'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like
that would have been way
lemon
cool.
revolver and uses the lobster to get underground where the lava is. That'd be rad.
I don't know if it was like lobster, like what was it called, like the antenna type things on the lobster. Like he raises and it just pokes him in the eye.
Like yeah, right now it just looks like he's gonna punch you with a lobster, which, while rude, isn't that scary.
No, it looks like that it is gonna like use it as a claw.
That would have been cool too if he had like just a lobster claw. That would have been really cool. In addition, like, cause like I like him having like a melee option in addition to like his lemon gun. The more I think about like how close this is to being amazing, the more upset I am because this was almost amazing.
This is almost yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so conflicted.
The
Take away
duality
the
of man.
What'd you say?
The duality of man.
Yeah, the good here is so good and the bad here is so bad. This is just. I need to get out of my head for a second and clear my mind, and then just the first number that pops into it, I need to just, with my heart, I need to stop thinking about it. I need to ask my heart what my heart says. You know?
8.5.
My God.
9.
Did you just say 8.5 and 9?
Yes.
Yes.
You know it, baby.
Christ. We're all terrible people because I was going to say 7.5. Well, good job, team.
Well done.
Well, if it makes it better, 9 point.
No, I mean, that's fine. We don't have to answer to anybody, but
8.4. Fine.
as long as you're able to, I mean, yeah, just because that lets me, decimals probably help. Like, as long as we're able to close this up and still sleep at night, that's fine, I guess. Oh my God.
I don't think it's leaning more towards the 8 side of the 8.5. So it's
I'm so. I hate that we left this so much, but I love this so much. Okay, fine. Jacob, you go sleep it off. Amber, get something to eat. Get some rest. I'm gonna get something to eat. Oh God,
I have to do the very special 8 Robot Masters.
I don't know who.
and
I sent you pictures.
I know you did, but.
Into this.
I know we want to wrap this up, and there's several of those. That's the thing. How about we start with those next time?
Fine.
what day are you all available?
Because I need to do those, and we need to go back and do several other that I missed apparently. So I'd be willing to
When
start
are you all
with those
available?
next time.
Let's,
It's just
see if we can
like,
do
we
that
have
sometime soon.
yeah, there's several of those, right? So like
Yeah, there's only 8. Though.
yeah, so like if we I want to do diligence those, you know what I mean? Oh my God, those are.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are a travesty. Yeah, no. Each of those is going to take like 45 minutes each. We need to. Yeah, that's not going to happen today.
Right then.
That.
Are you all available Tuesday?
No. And late
I-
night, yes, but
Jacob, you're the one who is probably going to be the most the least available. So just what's a good time for you?
any weekday past 7 EST.
That's what I mean. Like Jacob
Other
is
than-
like available at nighttime. You're available. Like you're so far in the future that's an issue.
7 EST is good for me. 7 EST is 2 p.m. for me.
I think he means 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Oh, 7. I'm an idiot.
That's what I mean.
Cool.
Like he
On
goes to
weekdays,
school during the
obviously.
day, and nighttime for him.
Yeah,
is
that's
good.
2 a.m.
Nighttime
That's not
for
an
him
option.
is morning for you. That's like time zones is the issue here.
Yeah, that's 2 a.m. So we have to do weekend basically.
Let's.
Yeah.
I've got. Stardew.
I
with-
remind you, Sunday isn't the weekend for me.
I've got Stardew with not Pointy. I've got Stardew with Penguin this coming Saturday. So either
Is Friday good for you, Jacob?
Either it would be like 2
Sunday?
like 2 p.m.
Friday.
next Saturday, which would
Friday.
be like at later for you, Amber, or we could do Sunday instead.
The thing is, Sunday isn't the weekend for me, but I mean, I can probably
I don't
still
know.
find time if it's.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you were saying,
Midday.
like I'm trying to find a day where Jacob can do earlier because that's the issue. School.
Yeah, what time on Sunday? I'll see if it fits.
I depending on how I'm feeling tonight, I will either.
I didn't mean
probably
tomorrow, I
on
meant, like, a
Sunday,
week from
we
tomorrow.
Can go from
Oh, not tomorrow. I meant like next week.
because yeah, probably at the same time, like 10 EST.
Okay, so that's fine for me.
Are you sure? I mean, wait. Do you say
Yeah,
10?
that's
Do you say
evening
10
Sunday.
EST?
That's completely fine.
10 to 12 was like. a good
Okay, I was gonna
starting
say
point
like
for
we
me.
started today at noon. Like 10 is like I was gonna say we could do a little bit earlier than noon if that helped you, Amber.
10 a.m. EST, right?
Yeah.
I could do 10.
No,
a.m.
that's fine for me.
EST.
That's 5 p.m. That's completely
Yeah.
fine for me.
Okay, I was gonna say we start today at noon, so I was like, if we could dial it back a couple hours for you, that'd be great. Okay, the exciting conclusion of the stream where we talk about scheduling for a bit, but that sounds really cool to me. We will start up with those Jacob found for me, and then
I wait.
those other things that we were looking at for a bit, and we'll just this is bonkers, and I'm excited. I'm gonna find a way to Photoshop myself crying in a fish market, so that's what I'm gonna be up to. But I appreciate you guys.
That also sounds good.
Thank you so much for spending 2 hours out of your day while we argued about robots. I love
Fish and
both of you.
robots.
I love both of you. Anyone else who happens to be hanging out, I know a few people stopped in just to say hello, and that means a lot to me. So thank you for that. Jacob, Amber, you both have an amazing day. I care about each of you, and I'm already looking forward to next weekend. So I'll see you guys.
There's one thing, one very last thing
What's up?
What's
that
it?
we have to do.
Um,
I have to get ready. Come on, please, faster.
I'm assuming you're sending something. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, it's taking a while to load.
I'm concerned. I'm gonna at least wrap up my stream if that's cool with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. No, that's not a meeting. I'm saying goodbye to everybody. I care about each of you. I do.
There you go.
Be good to yourselves.